Okay, let's go live. This is James Maduke speaking, trainingsites.io. We're going to do another live session, and it's really about, if you're feeling stuck in course creation, and I'm really talking about a way to slash a whole bunch of hours and a whole bunch of time brainstorming, scripting, and producing your next online video. Course video, it doesn't matter if it's a mini, a micro, a mastery, a YouTube video, anytime you're creating online content. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a couple simple AI-powered course creation tips and mind mapping that can make it a lot easier to create any of your courses or video content with a lot less stress and a lot less hassle. And at the end of the day, you're going to have better courses, and more importantly, they're probably going to be more marketable than the ones you may have been creating. So I'm also going to share kind of my personal strategy and the one that I've been doing with the clients and the customers and the people that are part of trainingsites.io. So let's kind of get started with this and just think for the big picture right here. For us as online content creators, like video creators, course creators, tutorial creators, mini courses, micro courses. Right now, according to LinkedIn, we've got $325 billion spent in 2024. And it's a jam-packed market. Stats I saw, 75,000 Udemy instructors, 100,000 Teachable instructors, 50,000 Thinkific instructors, 40,000 Kajabi instructors. That's just some of them. And that doesn't even include regular WordPress sites where people are using WordPress like I do, and tools like LearnDash and Tutor and Lifter. All of these courses that are being sold by creators on their own WordPress site. So my approach to all of this, with all of the content that's being created, and remember, a lot of it now is AI generated. There's all of this content being created. All of these instructors putting stuff together. My strategy on this is try my best to create better content with the help of AI, and more importantly, publish content more often. And I think in all of this competition, you're going to have some kind of strategy to stand out. Now, I've talked about that in some of the other videos. What I'm really talking about is making sure that you have a system put together where you can brainstorm your content, do all your research, put it together in lessons, create it, but you have to have some way to organize that so that you have a unique system of doing that. And that's what I put together doing that. So the thing that I use for this is my, I don't know, what do you call it? I'll just pull it over here so that you can see it. It's really, I guess you could probably call it more of my, I have a prompting system that I put together. And again, this is part of a new course that I just published on prompt-powered course creation, but the way that this system works and the way that I teach it is that you basically get 30 topics, a big picture of what people want to learn. That's the first thing. And then from that, what you're going to do is you're going to break it down into one particular outcome, and you want to have something that you're promising as a transformation or something that gets put together with there, so that if someone goes to take your course, goes to take your mini course, that kind of thing, they're going to know exactly what it's about. And from there, you need to have some lessons. So, you break down some lessons into a logical order of things that people have to actually learn when they're doing this. And then from there, you want to make sure that you can answer some questions that any of your clients have, or the students that you're trying to help. And so this is kind of the way you have to do, and you want to create some kind of syllabus so you can create your content for that. Now, here's the huge problem that I ran into, and I'm betting that you run into it too, is you look at all of this research that I'm just talking about, you're putting it all together, you're doing all of these prompts, you have all this personal experience, and how do you organize it? How do you keep it? In the past, what I've done is I basically have a folder, and I use a Google Sheets or a Google document. I've got notes all over, and I try and put it in a folder and kind of organize it. And when I'm creating this content, when I do research, I actually have a whole project management tool, which is how I'm kind of doing that, but that's another video. I have ideas. I've got 170 different ideas right now for courses and YouTube videos. So that's stuff I collect on a regular basis. And then if I pick one of those, I have to go and gather any of the AI prompt responses that I get doing research for that. I may have documents and things that I've collected that I want to organize. And it's really, really hard to package it up. It takes an awful lot of time. Now, that's why I put together this process, this prompt-powered content creation, but it's still a lot of work. And I think one of the things that's going to happen for course creators, if you've ever heard the term content management system before, I think someone is going to design, and if someone doesn't, I will, is you're going to have a course content management system. And this is for doing all of the research for this. And at the end of the day, when you're going to create a course, you're going to end up with an absolutely huge honkin' document or something that you now have to create your course syllabus from. You have to create your scripts from if you're using scripts on video, or even organizing the points, the lessons in the order they come up. So you've got to use some AI tools like the ones that I'm copying here to create the content. And this kind of thing, if you don't do it, is an absolutely nightmare. And just to give you an idea, right now, this is according to LinkedIn. It's probably high in my opinion, but it's probably more business to business. But just to put this in perspective, if you're a professional company and you have someone creating online e-learning content for you, the scripting, recording, brainstorming, and editing, on average, producing 1 hour of e-learning content takes about 120 hours and $22,000. That's according to LinkedIn. So you got this huge honking document, a ton of content. What do you actually have to do with it? So let me see I'm going to show you what this actually looks like for some people. And one of the things that, just to give you an example of some research that was done here, I pulled up a screen for you so that you can see it. And this is basically a course that one of the students was doing here, Parent, Adult, Children course topical authority map or topical course map. So this is basically the big picture of all the research put into a particular document. And really what it is, it's the topics, the main topics of the course, and then we've got lessons. And in this case, remember the one big topic, 10 lessons. Now you can have 10 lessons or 20, whatever you want. This one was 10 and 25 questions that you need to answer in each of the lessons. Questions or challenges that you're going to solve or answer for people as they go through the progression of lessons that you've built out for them. So you've got this big honking document. You're looking at this. You're a course creator. You've got 10 lessons, 20 lessons. You're looking at this, and what normally happens at this point is if you're the teacher, if you're the person trying to do this or create a course, I know most people, and myself personally, when I do this, if I saw a document like this that I put together from all of my research using AI tools, using even the prompts that I give you, it's absolutely overwhelming to put it into a place that you can actually get started doing it. The other huge thing that happens is you end up, and especially when you're passionate about something, you're looking at this stuff and you're going, man, all of this stuff, I know I can teach this. And anytime that you're creating a course, it's like, bam, 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 you're jamming all this stuff in because you say, oh, maybe I should talk about that. Or, yeah, this is important. I'm going to add this section. And at the end of the day, if you use some big system that's text-based like this, what happens to me is not only do I get overwhelmed and it's hard to finish it, but more importantly, you end up with stuff that is hard to manage in terms of what did I do? Did I do that video? Do I have the lesson notes for that? What resources am I using? Oh, something changed. I did a video on a section that's 33 minutes long. Did I cover this part in there? You end up, it's mishmashed all over. You got duplicated content. It can be a real nightmare. So not only is it hard to change, it's frustrating to change. And again, organize if you don't have some kind of system put together. So here's just an example. We've got a topical authority map. She followed the 31, 10, 25. At the end, she's got 25 questions for each of the 10, and she wants to cover all this. But here's my little trick, and it's the one that goes hand in hand with doing all of this AI research, following the prompts that I was covering, is creating a mind map. So what I'm going to suggest is whenever you're doing this kind of content, the AI research, using those prompts that I've given you, you want to make sure that you output it as a mind map. And how do you do that? Well, let me just show you a quick example. Here's one here that I'll open up. This is one that I did for the pickleball course or the pickleball site that I have. And I went through the particular segment. So if you look on the top here, 30 semantically relevant high volume topics. So there's my 30. Goes through a whole bunch of topics. And what I did is I actually did an advanced one and asked for 10 prompts, 10 variations of the 30, but we'll just go from the ones we started. And I picked out these topics and then I said, looking at these topics, create one specific clear outcome for my course on pickleball serves. And then it came out with all of these particular topics, 3 different areas for it. Okay, so here's the outcome right here. End of the course, students will be able to consistently execute strategic serve placements with 80% accuracy. So that's my big fat claim, right? And I'm going, okay, that's cool. And then what I want to do is I said, give me 7 lessons. 7 lessons that people need to know to complete them and do them in learning order. So I end up with the lessons. And again, if I was putting this into a single document, I'd end up with that big, long document answering all of these particular questions, which is the final step. Follow the same this one was, this one goes, I forgot to show you prompt. Perfect. For lesson 1, perfect setup, mastering, give me 25 specific questions and challenges, and gave me 25 broken up particular area. And if you do it for the 6 lessons or 7 lessons, again, you got hundreds of different things that you could copy. So here's the key here. What you can do is using ChatGPT or any of the terms that you want, you can ask to create a course syllabus. And what happens is you actually get a syllabus out of it. Now here's the special trick. What you need to do is when you have an AI tool that you're using is you want to go and make sure you download a copy of it. And if you look in the bottom right hand side on the screen here, I'll move my head out of the way so you can actually see it. So let me just pull this up here so it's in the right way. We'll do it this way instead. So on the bottom right hand corner, if I'm looking at, this one is Claude, you can do something similar in any of the other tools, but you're going to do a download. And what happens is it downloads the file. Now, the cool thing about this, especially if you're using Claude, which I recommend, is it will download it in something called Markdown. And that is the default field or the default file type that you can import into a mind map. So if I go and I take a look and I open up my copy of XMind, and what I can do is I did that one for that course on parent ones. All I did is a file import and Markdown, and it actually built in from the syllabus that was created in the AI tool. It's actually built and created all of the pieces that are there and put them into a mind map. And there's a really, really, really cool thing here that can help you out if you're creating any of these courses. And the one that I'm looking at right here is, just to give you an example, is the module sequence or the lesson sequence. And this particular one, we ended up with 5 key modules, and some of those modules had some different topics that were covered that was generated by the prompt. But here's the really cool trick on this, on keeping things organized. If you're using a mind mapping tool and you have your lessons built out here and all of the work that's done, something wonderful happens. You end up that you have that big document, but being able to see the big picture lets you know one key thing. Do I need one big course, a mini course, or a micro course? Because with so much information, if you end up with a big research and you got a huge document, you want to finish it all as a big course, that may not be the best thing to do, because people want quicker courses, smaller questions answer, more chunked. It allows you to create it faster. More importantly, allows you to change it if you have to as times change. An example being all of these AI prompts and stuff that we end up doing here. So you got these chunks that are built in, you make better business decisions and course decisions for it, and it's a lot easier to manage in a mind map because of this simple trick that happens now. So I'm going to go back to the screen, take a look at it. When you're using a mind map, of all the ones that I'm familiar with, this is xmind.net, if you pick one of the topics that are created, and if I do a right mouse click, down at the very bottom, it says new sheet from topic. And when I do that, I actually get that one lesson, all of the pieces that I need to cover for my lesson plan. And along the bottom, I have the big map. I have one sheet for course or lesson 1. I can do one for lesson 2. And all the way through the entire course, I have my lesson plan by lessons with my research note, my talking points. And this whole thing allows me, the next step is obviously to create better scripts, better course materials, lesson content can easily be created from here. So if you're creating courses, here's what I suggest you do. Use a process for creating a syllabus. Use the AI tools to do that. Use my 30, 1, 10, 25 system that I showed you there. And if you wanted to go and actually take the course that supports that one, it's available here. I'll open it up so that you can actually see it here. We'll get rid of this file. So it's in the courses. This one is a paid course. The membership site is free, but this course has got some meat to it. So I wanted to do it as a paid course, and it goes through how to do all of these pieces and all of the prompts included. So that's available to you. That one's called the Prompt Powered Course Creation, and it's the workflow that I actually use to create it. But if you are set up already, you've got some AI tools, you can still use those prompts that I give you here, and I'll put the link below to these, the 31, 10, 25. Play around with those. Get a document, but when you have your document, export it from to Markdown file after you've asked ChatGPT to create a syllabus and put it into a mind map. This is going to save you a world of time to create the actual course and the content, and you're going to get much better content. So if you hope to enjoy this, my name is James, it's trainingsites.io. Make sure to go like and subscribe to the channel, of course. I do these every day live. I also have all of the archive of these, plus hundreds of additional tutorials in the trainingsites.io community. The link is there for you to join. Bring one here, there it is, join, you can pick there as well. I'd love to have you in. Tell me about your project, get involved in the community, and let's see if we can help you start, build, and grow your education business. So take care and expect the best.